Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, all. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 13th National Research Workshop on Building Wealth with the Systematic Investment Plan (SIP), a smart investor choice. Welcome you all. I would like to invite Ms. Lavanya, faculty, SK Research Group of Companies, to deliver a welcome address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 13th National Research Workshop on Building Wealth with Systematic Investment Plans, a Smart Investor Choice. We are delighted to have Dr. Sharmila, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Nazareth College of Arts and Science, Chennai, as our esteemed resource person. Her expertise in financial planning will surely provide valuable insights into the world of systematic investments. We look forward to an engaging and informative session. Welcome once again and thank you for all us joining us.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am. Shall I
Lavanya.
start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. I think screen is visible and also my voice is audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Visible and our voice audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for the Indian Council for Research and Development, and also I'd like to thank Saranya ma'am and Lavanya ma'am for the for starting the session. And let me start with the investment first. So, as we all know, the basic difference between investment and saving. So, investment means putting your money in something with the hope that it will grow in future. So, instead of spending all our money, we save some and we invest in some places like bank shares, mutual funds, golds, or real estate. Yes, right. So, if you save a money in bureau or or in cupboard or in notebooks or in a sari, so it won't double your money even after it goes to like 10 years or 5 years. So in our home, mom used to hide money in the kitchen boxes, no, so kitchen organizers, no. So but it won't double or triple your money. So that we call it as savings. We put some part of money, we put some part of income into our the like a safe place, either in a bank or in our cupboard or like in a safe place, that we call it as a savings. Whereas investment means, so investment is putting your money in something that will with the hope that it will grow in future. So that's what we call it as an investment. So here today we are going to talk only about systematic investment plan. So before getting to know about the systematic investment plan, let's see what are the types of investments that are available. So as you can see, so in the slide you can see post office fixed deposit, bank fixed deposit, post office monthly income scheme, senior citizen scheme, ppf. So all this will be used by our fathers or our relatives. So these are like very safe form of investment. The returns will be from like 6.9 to 7.5 percentage, or it goes to like 8.2 if you are a senior citizen, that is 60 plus. So this is actually where your risks are very less. Risks are very less, and in returns, it's a decent returns. So we compare everything with this only. It's everything is government backed. We don't have to worry about the money. But for getting this bulk amount, so we need to deposit the bulk amount in fixed deposit through, like, we need to build some funds, right? For me, I would suggest that SIP is a good option to uh, double your savings. I feel like SIP is a very good option. So when you want like fixed returns or risk free returns, then you can opt these sort of investments. Now I'm not going to talk about these things because I think very well you all know about these things. So like I'm going to focus only on the mutual funds, SIPs. Okay. So before going into that, let me tell you what is mutual fund. To understand SIP, we must know first what is mutual fund. A mutual fund is a collection of money from many people. This money will be managed by the experts, and it will be invested in different places like companies, shares, bonds, government bonds, etc. Everyone who invests become a part. Everyone who invests becomes a owner of the mutual fund. Okay, so it's like a mutual fund is like a basket of instruments, whereas SIP is like a way to invest in a mutual fund. That is actually that is the difference between mutual funds and SIP. SIP, it's like a way to invest in the fund which you are going to select. Like you can start with little as 500 per month. So instead of investing a big amount at once, SIP lets you invest in monthly or weekly installments. Okay, that's what SIP is. So how does this work? You choose a mutual fund and decide how much money you want to invest every month. On a fixed date each month, the amount is automatically debited from your bank account. That money is used to buy the units of the mutual funds. Over time, the fund will grow and your money grows too. So this is SIP. And stocks. Stock represents, when I say stocks, you're going to buy. You may heard that I bought the shares from the company XYZ company or X company Y company. So it means that you are getting a ownership of that particular company. That's what we call it as stocks. So also we call it as a equity stocks. So next type of investment is gold. So again, it's the RBI will issue certain circulars for sovereign gold bonds. That also you can opt for the investment purpose. And also real estate. So all these things, in all these sort of investments, the returns is very high and risk is also medium to high. So who can invest in SIP? So if you are an investor, if you have huge or bulk amount of money, or like if you want to improve your saving habit, then SIP will be a very good option. If you have bulk amounts, and if you don't want that amount to be used for next 5 years or 10 years, then it's a very very good option for you to proceed for this SIP scheme, where you can set your targets. If you have, like, if you want to buy a car after like 5 years or 10 years, so you can plan these expenses and you can start saving, and your money will work for you. So that's what SIP is. So for example, like if your current monthly expenses are 30,000 per month, okay, now it's 30,000 per month. Then after 20 years, you will require 80,000 per month just to maintain the same lifestyle, right? Because of the inflation and other things, other factors. If you take education for your child, which currently costs 20 lakhs, could cost over 34 after 11 years. It's true, right? Even like our tata party, they used to say na appa வந்து 100 rupees வாங்கின இப்போ it's like அப்போ 4 rupees வாங்கினது இப்போ now they are charging like 100 rupees அந்த மாதிரி they used to say, no. So that's what that talks about is here is inflation. So in 1990, petrol price was 9 rupees, and today this is the data of 2019. So like, and today it cost around like 100 rupees. So it has increased many times in like last 30 years. So Sensex also has grown 700 points in 1990 to approximately like around, now it's around like 50,000, I guess. So this was like 2019 data, I'm sorry. So it has grown like 57x over a span of 29 years. So this data is basically collected from 1979 to 2020 till the COVID crash. So I'm speaking about this data. So for all these things, we have to plan, right? So as a like yeah, we as a individual needs, we will have various needs. For example, like we have to buy a home. We may have one kid or two kid. We want them to get married, and for we want to cover the education expenses, and even we want a simple decent car for retirement. But nowadays, if you want to buy a car, people go in people go for easy EMI options. So what actually happens is the whole salary goes to EMI. That's what the current trend, the current people, current the student sets are following. Even I myself as a professor, I see students they earn like 15,000 to 20,000, but they have an iPhone for like 1.5 lakhs. Even I myself don't buy such things, but if you see students attitude, they would get like they'll be in the salary of 5,000, but they would be holding like a iPhone, the latest, the current one, 16. So if I ask them how you would manage, they would say like it's on EMI, no, monthly I can pay like 2,000 or 3,000. Though the majority of the salary goes to the EMI. Most of the middle class family life is like that. Most of the middle class and lower income, it's all because of the lack of investment now. That's why I want to take up this class. So like we all have different needs. We want to peacefully spend our retirement, or like we may have and we may have an wish to buy a luxury car, or like we may have to worry about kids future, and we want to like save some money for kids education, and we might want to buy a nice home, or like we must have planned for insurance and for the medical emergency. And of course we all have the abroad dreams and also other family obligations. So we all have different needs, right? So like what are the steps we have taken to cover all these expenses? So that is the first thing we need to ask ourselves. Either we have like if we have bulk amounts in our bank, then it is fine, we can use that amount. So what if it's not? So we have to think that way. If you take your salary account or like whatever account, bank account, if you take it, if you see the statement, just once after the class gets over, just you go through your statements. Only one only one transaction will be for credit. That might be our salary or something. Rest of the transaction would be like everything would be debit, debit, debit. That's what I felt before investing in SIP, stock shares, and whatever it is. Before 2 to 3 years, when I say like only one income we are getting, but see the expenses that goes out of the bank account, it's actually painful. We have to rethink of our expenses. So as we all have different needs. Okay, so we have, first thing is we have to plan what are the things we need in our life. That way we have to plan. So once if this is clear, you can, if for example, if you want to buy a house at a easier, you want to buy an independent house at easier, so like you would need around like 2 crores to 3 crores. So if that is your aim, then 2 to 3 crores, 3 crores will be your option. Then you have to calculate your salary, and like when are you going to buy. So all these basic questions you have to calculate and you have to define it. So now we have to think what are the investments we can do so that the money will grow for us. So like this we have to think, and we have to set the objectives first. If for example I would say like, for home you build separate fund, for medical emergencies you build separate fund, and for retirement you just build separate fund. I will tell you the I'll tell you the points later, like how the money would grow if you start investing as early as possible in your early age. So like split your needs first. Everyone, for example, I have opened this SIP for my kids' education and the retirement and the medical energy. For everything, I've split the part, and every part of my and my husband's salary will go for the different needs. So that's how once after this all this planning, so our we will be on a right path towards our goals. Okay. So what we are scared of when I talk about investments, what are we scared of? So that too, like I said, there are different types of investments. Like see here, there are various types of investments, and all these are like safe investments. So like return would be around like 6.9 to 7.5, or maximum it goes to 8.2 annually. So idila we will be able to get that much return? Not at all possible. Maybe all these investments will give you some interest that can keep you going in your life. Maybe, for example, if you had like 60 lakhs or 70 lakhs, you invest in a senior citizen scheme. For that, you get like 8.2 percentage. So, like monthly, you will get around like 30,000. So that 30,000 will be sufficient for one person, or like for some. If you are very stingy, then you can cover the expenses of your spouse or your dependents to some extent, but 30,000 is not sufficient. So this way it works. So what are the other things that we can do? That's what here matters. So when I say like other things, so you have to start SIPs or mutual funds, or like you have to invest in bonds. So where the returns are high, so like we have to think of other ways. So when we think of other ways, so these are the options that are easy, that are available for us, actually safe, it's very safe. So but before investing, what are the things we actually scared of? First thing is the risk of losing some or all the amount invested. Why? Because market is volatile. Sometimes, for example, if you buy a land share for today, it costs around like 1,200. So when you open the market next day by 3:30, again either the market may go up or fall. So we, as a investor mindset, if you're not from commerce background, so when you see such fall, automatically you will get scared. So that is the first thing we are scared of. And as I said, the risk of market volatile. If there is some government policies, if last 3 to 4 months the market it went very down because of the announcement that Trump had. So once after the announcement came, the market went fall. So once he said that no, it's a good time for investment. Once he said that word, the investor started investing it. Now the market is okay. So this is what happens if there is a slight changes, like a slight changes in the government decisions, or like if the market is not performing well, then we have that fear that we might lose the money. So these are the things we are actually scared of. And the risk timing of the market, we don't know when to buy. If sometimes if we are a beginner, we really don't know when to buy. We if lion's share is like 1,200 and now it goes like 800, we think that okay, no, the share price has gone down, whether to invest or not, I'm scared. So these what the things we usually get from that. But it's not about that. When the unit price goes down, it's high time for you to invest. So that's what we have to think in a good way. But what usually happens is we get the fear. So that's what we actually afraid of. So and the risk that an investment can be illiquid. So sometimes we can, if you are parting your salary and you are investing in your different investment schemes, if there is some medical emergency, or if there is an emergency, you need some funds. So that time immediately, if you need like it in 1 hour, sometimes it won't come to your bank account. It will definitely come to your bank account, but not like the time you think. Okay, for example, if you are planning to sell like 70 percentage of the Reliance shares today, but when you want to sell it today, but share price is the share price is low comparatively to what you have invested, that means you have a loss. You cannot take that money that time, so you have to wait. Sometimes it cannot be liquidated easily. That's what investors are also fear of. And the downside in equities, the market is very volatile, and sometimes it goes very high and sometimes it goes very low. So it's not a stable one. So obviously we will have some fear. When you see the chart itself, sometimes it goes red, sometimes it goes green. We really don't know when to invest. So
Excuse me,
like
ma'am.
yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, slide not moving, ma'am.
Yes, no, ma'am. I'm
Yes.
just explaining this slide only.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Ah.
Sure.
So when you take life stages of an investor, so like when you see like this is the person who is in the age of 22. He's very young, independent. He just started earning. Where once after the college, if we want to go to work, we definitely won't. Put the major part of our earnings into the savings, because we want to spend some money for us. Like we want to get new phones, or we want to get new bikes, we want to get some new clothing. So like the savings part will be there, but not to that extent. I would suggest that 60 percentage of the salary should go to savings, balance 40 should be kept for the other expenses. So but in the age of 22, we don't have that much of exposure to where to invest and what to invest. So when you go to 27 years, obviously Indian parents, they would want us to get married and start a family. So when you start a family in a city, obviously you would need like home. Yeah, we would need like home. If it's a own home, then it won't be an issue. If it's a rent, then we have to pay the rent, and the expenses, the groceries expenses, and if it's an apartment, the maintenance expenses, and it goes on, list goes on. And you have to buy something, good gifts for your husband, and the husband has to give good gifts for the wife. So all these things, and there will be peer pressure. So like for everything we have to spend, but we will have some sort of, we might have some sort of the savings habit. But as I said, like 60 percentage of our earnings should be of investments, and balance 40 percentage we should use it for our own expenses. So when you take 40, when you take off 40, you'll have like around one or two kids, and you'll have a good family where you will be at a point where your earning will be highest. So 40, so the in the 40 years you will start earning in a very good amount. So but still, if you ask, if you have planned, if you're a government employee, obviously you will get some funds at the age of your retirement. But if you are a private employee, again, we won't have that much of funds as compared to the government employees, right? So like we need to start saving as soon as possible, as early as possible. Even at 15 itself, it's fine, I would say. Like if you start at the age of 15, if you start with 500 for 500 rupees, you will get a very good amount at the age of like 60. When you touch the 60, so 500, it's a small amount. If you start saving that, at the end of the 60th year, you would get a very big amount, which we can't even imagine. I'll show that part in next slide. So at the age of 60, you don't want to take any risks, right? So you want a safe place. You want you will have a bulk amount in bank, where that will give you yield you interest. You want to spend that money with your spouse and your grandkids. So that part, in that life, you won't want to take such risks. So we have to start early, as soon as possible. All individuals have finite period to save for their investment goals. See, This was the data from 1979 to 2009, that right before the COVID crash. So, like if our father or like our forefathers, if they had invested 100 rupees, okay, yeah, 100 rupees in fixed deposit, 100 rupees, 100 rupees in fixed deposit, then the value would have gone to 2497 by 2019. Okay, now if you take 2025, again the value would have raised. So if you had next scenario, if you would have invested 100 rupees in golds. Yes, if you had invest 100 in 100 in gold, so your value would have gone to 5690, which is a very good amount. So if you had invested in equity market, then it would have gone to like 40,000, which is very very high, right? So that's what it is. Now if you invest like 100 rupees or like 500 rupees, imagine the value like after 30 years or 40 years. We also would see the fruitfulness of fruitfulness of the investments. So what is a systematic investment plan? So systematic investment plan, first the word is systematic, right? So systematic is something like which we would do something very systematically. Here what it talks about is, when you like systematically we are going to invest in the part of mutual funds. That what it is, systematic. And when it comes to investment, it's a planned approach towards investment, and it helps you to inculcate the habit of saving and building wealth by investing amount as low as rupees 500 monthly. Investing at an early stage of life lets you enjoy the benefits of two powerful strategies: rupee cost averaging and power of compounding. When I talk about rupee cost averaging, it means that, for example, if you are ready to invest in a SIP, so first month it's like, for you are planning to invest 1,000 rupees. For that you are getting um, a combination of equities, debts. So for that, you get like 80 units. For 1,000 rupees, you get like 8 units. For the second month, for the same 1,000, due to the market volatile, you get like 60 units. And again, for third year, you get like 100 units. And for the fourth year, you get like 120 units. See, on an average, you would get a very good units of the equities and the bonds. So that's what the investment represents here. And compounding, as you all know, it's Albert Einstein once said that compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. So your the money starts will work for you. The money will yearn for you. You can sit back and relax. Okay, so these are the two powerful thing in the systematic investment plan that we popularly call it as SIP. So next, the planning. So planning is a P stands for plan. So SIP allows you to buy units on a specified date. If you can set, if you want to buy one fund where where you can set your date. If you want, like if one is your lucky number or three is your lucky number, you can choose that date, and every month the money automatically it debits from your bank account. So that's what systematic investment plan is. So you can plan for as I said, every individual have different types of needs. So for every need we can plan it in a systematic way. So that's what it is. So you can plan for big dreams like your marriage or children's education, buying a dream house, or most importantly, if you haven't done anything for retirement, please start it today. So when you plan your savings through SIP, you are making sure your future is financially safe and happy, right? So like we'll move to the benefits of SIP once again. So first one, as I said, is like it will inculcates the discipline to save and invest regularly. So what it means is, like it will help you to invest your savings every month regularly. So the discipline will happen engage itself. Okay, it negates the risk associated with the market timing. That is like um you don't have to worry about when to buy your stocks, when to buy the stocks, when whether the if the price is low, when we have to buy. So and every minute the market it rise and it rise and it gets fall. So we really don't know when to invest. But here, if you invest in SIP, you will only invest in the money that is actually what to say. If you invest money like 500 rupees every month, you don't have to worry about the price hikes or price gets low. You don't have to worry all about that. You will want to invest the fixed amount every month. So power of next one is the power of compounding. As I said, like if you are investing in 1,000 rupees and market is doing very good, if for example the market is 12 percentage and you get like um extra 120 rupees, and then it adds for you like 1,000 it goes like 1,120, and it gets it's at the end of year. Imagine the compounding rate. So that's the money you invest itself will earn for you. That is the power of compounding. And rupee cost average, as I said, like rupee cost average, for example, if you take like 1,000 rupees, if you like take 1,000 rupees, and for first month you are getting like 80 units, and for second month you get like 100 units, and for third month you get like 30 units. It changes, but at the end of the year, if you see, the units will have grown like more, and the amount the money which you have invested also would have gone high. And other benefits, like it has an auto debit facilities across major cities in India, regular account statements and redemption dividend process directly. So if the company wants to give you the dividend, everything it will be sent to the bank account, the company status, and if it's under monitor, everything you will get it through the mail. So you can sit everything at home. Even the phone is enough. Not only laptop, the phone is enough to read everything, to learn everything. Nowadays everything is available online. So these are the benefits of SIPs. So when you take like, so we have like the table here shows the three investment scenarios. So it's for whenever said, so whenever there are like if you want to invest in mutual funds, or like if you want to invest in gold bonds, or if you want to invest in equities, whatever, you have to keep the fund aside for next 10 to 15 or even like 30 years. You should not touch that amount. You should wait. Whatever the market goes or up and down, you don't have to worry about it. You have to wait. You have to put your funds, and you have to wait for 30 years for to see your money. It's just like a mango tree. If you plant a seed today, tomorrow will it yield the income? Definitely no, right? So for first 5 years, the tree would grow somewhat big to some extent. And after 10 to 15 years, you see, you will get to enjoy the fruits. The same way SIP works. You have to invest today, and you have to wait for next 30 years. So you have to for the retirement plans, the SIP is a very good option, and for children's education, it's a very good option. For getting a house, it's very good option. Don't buy everything in EMI. You have to start investing it today. So if there are three investment scenarios: investment A, investment B, and investment C. So as you take, there are like when you're going to invest 5,000 from your salary, and you are going to invest only for 5 years. So the returns, the expected returns is assumed return is 18%. It changes. Here, only thing we should note is if you take a fixed deposit or like a senior citizen scheme, if the RBI announced like it's 8% or like a 6.9% for that particular year, it won't change. But here we cannot say the fixed returns. You will get a return, but we don't know how much percentage we are going to get. If, for example, if I'm going to if I'm planning per month 25,000 for the next 30 years. Okay, so next 30 years, so I'm just keeping a return of 12 percentage, so I'd get around like 6.5 crores. That's a very big amount, but we would invest like 80 to 90 lakhs of money. But the 6 point but we have to think of inflation point. If our money grows less than if a money return grows less than the inflation, then we would be in the loss. So we have to carefully choose the funds. Okay, so here in the table you have to see there is as you see, you can have like scenario A, scenario B, and scenario C. So first number of years is 5 years. One person is going to invest only for 5 years, and another person he is going to invest for 10 years. Whereas the scenario C, he is going to invest 15 years. All the three person are going to invest 5,000 only. So total investment would be like at the end of the 50 year, the person who is going to invest, he would get around like 3 lakhs. The invested money, I'm saying, not the returns. The invested money would be 3 lakhs. And for investment scenario B, he would get like 6 lakhs. This is the invested amount. Okay. So like same 5 years, you are taking 5,000 from your salary and you are keeping in your cupboard. Okay. Will the savings grow? Will the savings grow? Definitely not. Whereas if you put your money into the mutual funds or SIPs, it would grow in the rate of 18 percentage, where the final corpus will be 4.93 lakhs for the 5 years. I'm saying 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. So you would get around like 4.95 lakhs. So where you can get a small car from this. Whereas if you want to buy a car, you can plan after 5 years. The amount you are planning to pay it as an EMI, you can put this on the investments, various different types of investment. It would be very fruitful, and you don't have to give your money to the bank lenders. So you can plan this way. So all you have to do is you have to wait. You have to wait, and you have to control your desires. That is what the attitude that makes a difference here. When you take investment B, he would invest around like 6 lakhs rupees, whereas the final corpus will be 16 lakhs. Again, in 16 lakhs, you can cover one children's education, right? In the span of like just it's a 10 years. If for a kid is like 10 years now, if you start investing 5,000, if the annualized return is 18%, then you would get around like 16.86 lakhs, which is a very good amount. And if you take investment C, 15 years, so when you take like 15 years, so again the total investment cost is like 9 lakhs. 9 lakhs only the amount you would have invested, and whereas the final amount you would get from the investment is like 46 lakhs. 46 lakhs you can construct beautiful individual home, right? So various for you would have like various needs. For every need you have to split your income, and then you have to start investing. Okay, so this is a power of compounding and power of SIP. Okay, next we'll see the power of compounding. Same here. As you can see, the graph illustrates the power of compounding. So they have kept like 12 percentage per annum as a return. So there are like we are going to compare the same 5,000 for 5 years, 15 years, and like 25 years. So 5,000 for the rate of 12 percentage, you would get for 5 years you would get 4.12 lakhs, and for 15 years the same person would get 25.23 lakhs, and for same 5,000 the person would get like 94.88 lakhs, around like 1 crore. And if you save like 10,000 per month, for first 5 years the person would get 8.25 lakhs, and for 15 years he would get like 50 lakhs, and 50.46 lakhs, and for 25 years he would get around 1.99 crores. So which is actually huge. 10,000, if even if we get like 30K or 40K as a secondary salary, then definitely 10,000. If you stop your EMIs, if you stop buying things at EMI, then definitely you can save 10,000. So at the end of like 25 years, you would have around nearly 2 crores. So when you take like 20,000 again, the for 5 years you would get like 16.5 lakhs, and for 15 years you would get 1 crores, and for 25 years you would get like 3.8 crores. So it's 12 percentage per annum returns. Sometimes if you are lucky enough, you might get like 18 percentage. Now, if you are not lucky enough, sometimes inflation, I've clearly shared one chart before previously, there the inflation had gone to like 95 percentage. If that is the case, we would lose our money. So if you are lucky enough, the percentage, if it is nice and also it's less than the inflation, then we would benefit the fruits of SIP. So when you take like 50,000 again, the if you invest 50,000 per month for 5 years, in 5 years you would get like 41.24 lakhs, and for 15 years you would get around like 2.52 crores, and for for like 25 years you would get like 10 crores. So here, the benefits of investing systematically, rupee cost averaging. I say already have explained what is rupee cost averaging. So you don't have to worry about when to invest, how much to invest, right? So you don't have to worry about the daily market moments. You are going to invest a fixed amount every month. That's all. We don't have to check the markets. We don't have to worry about anything. So, like, you don't have to, when your money grows or works this way, you don't have to worry about investing in equities. Equities means like buying the shares of the company. So, you don't have to worry about that. You can lock your amount here, and you can sit and wait for the money to work for you. So, and also it smoothens the impact of market. You don't have to worry about the market fluctuations, or you don't have to see the market whether it goes up or down. You don't have to worry about. All you have to do is to carefully select the fund. Uh, that is the only thing you have to do, and then you can sit and relax. Whereas after some years, it would gain a good amount for you. So next one, the risk of market volatility gets negated with more units being purchased. So for, as I said, it's a rupee cost averaging. So for 1,000 rupees, if you are getting like 80 units tomorrow, if the same amount, like for the same 1,000, you would get around like 100 if the market is doing good. For the same 1,000 rupees, you would get 100 units of stocks or shares. So all these are the benefits of SIPs, rupee cost averaging. So rupee cost averaging. So all these times I've been explaining this with the imaginary figures. So here, if you see the table, you can see if you are a SIP investor or for a one-time investor. See, if the lump sum investor is nothing but investing in a mutual fund, whereas an SIP investor, like, you're going to invest 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees for the period of 9 months. So the for 1,000 rupees, you are going to get an unit price of 50 rupees. So the unit purchased would be like 20. Okay, and for the second month, the same, the unit price is 47, so the unit purchase is 29. Likewise, if likewise it goes for 9 months. So the, as you can see, the market is volatile, and the unit purchased, it differs. The total amount invested is 9,000, and the total unit purchased is 188, and the average unit price is 48. The value after 9 months is 9799. This is what SIP looks like. And when you take, if you are having a lump sum of money, you are going to put money into the mutual funds as a lump sum investment. Then 9,000 you are same 9,000 you are going to put it here. So the unit purchased is like 188. See the difference? So every month it differs, right? Here the unit price differs, unit purchase differs. So when you are, for example, if you are getting your money in January month, that's all. So this is the difference. Value after 9 months would be 9799, and for a lump sum investor, again it's a loss. When you compare the investment to SIP investor, again it goes to like 9360. The loss would be around like 799, which is not a loss. But if you compare, which is good, either lump sum is good or SIP is good, I would say SIP is a good option. So importance of starting early. If, for example, you want to start an investment, there are two scenarios, like you are going to start in 25 years, and scenario B for 40 years. So monthly investment is 10,000, 10,000. See, the person who is starting 25 years and he is going to stop it's for retirement actually. So if you're going to stop your stop your investments by 60 years, then the total the money invested would be 42 lakhs, whereas it had gone to 6.5 crores. How beautiful, right? So when you take a scenario B, again the person is starting by age of 40 only, but his monthly investment is 10,000, and he's going to stop by the age of 60 years, because by 60 years we won't have an energy to work that much harder. So like the stop years would be 60 years, and the total investment is 24 lakhs. Again, the value goes to the value around it goes to like 1 crore. The same 10,000, 10,000. See how it's yield. So time is a very powerful weapon here at SIP. If you allow if you put your money into some funds, and if you sit back and you forget about your funds, and then you would see like it will give you a beautiful bulk amount in the future. So as you can see, I'm not recommending any funds here. It's just a comparison statement. Okay, right? So I'm just not. I'm not asking you to buy or buy this funds. Just it's for the reference. The table is for reference, as you can see. So now we are going to see how the SIP. This is actually fund. It's if you go to Grow app or Kite app, and you want to open the SIP, if you can see this particular fund, it will be there. So like it's Motilal Oswal focused 25 fund, and Motilal Oswal mid cap 30 fund. So this chart, what we are checking, if someone had invested 10,000 every month, how much would it have grown after like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and from the beginning, since the inception of the particular fund. It also, this table particularly compares the performance with popular indexes index like Nifty 50 and BSE Sensex. So these are like if you take these things, this is our scheme. So these two people are the runners. These three people are the runners. So we are this scheme. So we are going to compare our scoreboards to Nifty 50 and BSE Sensex. As you can see, if you take this focused 25 fund, the fund gave around like 5.87 lakhs, which is a slight loss, right? And in the same time, Nifty 50 and Sensex also didn't go well, and it's on the negative side. Okay, it's again a loss, slightly loss. It's for 1 year, I'm saying. So when it goes to 3 years, again the stock didn't perform well, and Nifty is negative, and Sensex is also negative. So for 5 years also still it's goes negative only. And since inception, if you got the particular fund, then this is good. 4.0. The returns is 4.0, Nifty is 1.2, and BSE Sensex is 2.4. So that means you have to wait. You have to wait, and you wait, or you have to allow your money to grow. So short term, definitely no. You have to invest your money at least for more than 5 years. So that way it is good. So when you take mid cap 30 fund, so it's like a medium like what to say, it's a medium sized companies. Mid cap in the sense it's a medium sized companies. So these companies are not too big like Reliance or TCS. They're also not too small like startups. They are in the middle. They growing fast and they becoming bigger and stronger. So if you want to invest in these funds, let's see how this goes. Again, in the 1 year, again it's on the loss. So in third year also it's on the loss. For fifth year also it's on the loss. Since inception also it goes under the loss. So when I take the next fund like this, you have to, if you want to select a fund, you have to take the fund and you have to compare all the years. Why all this tables are under loss means because it's high time COVID. So there were a market crash. So when I say market crash, so market the shares which you are holding will fall very for a less value in a shorter time period. Okay, that's what I mean when I say the market caps. So like everything had gone in a negative only. For 5 years, it had gone for 5 years also, it had gone in loss. Since inception also, it has gone in loss only. And when you take multi-cap 35 fund and long-term equity fund, so like multi-cap 35 yes. This is multi-cap fund, which means invest in all size of companies like large cap, mid cap, and small cap. So the fund holds a maximum of 35 stocks at a time. So it follows a concentrated strategy, choosing fewer high quality companies instead of spreading across 100. Whereas here also it gives less returns. As I said, it's for 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year. It didn't give a good profit. Again, it's also on the loss only. So again, when you take Motilal Oswal long-term equity fund, again it's a long-term equity fund which also acts as a tax saving equity-linked saving scheme. You get tax benefits under section 80C. It has a lock-in period of around like 3 years. You can, which means meaning you cannot withdraw the money before that. So we can see that both funds gave a negative returns in a short term, especially during the market crash in 2020. But that doesn't mean that SIPs are bad. It just proves one thing: market can be very rough in short term. SIP is not for 1 or 2 years. It is for like 5, 10, 15 years. If we stay invested and we don't panic during the fall, we allow compounding to work for us. So it's like a growing a tree. It takes time, patience, and regular watering. So moving on to next one. So if you take Motilal Oswal Dynamic Fund and Motilal Oswal Equity Hybrid Fund, it means for to balance the safety and growth. The Motilal Oswal Dynamic Fund divides its money 50-50 between the shares and bonds. This way, when market falls, it protects your money better. Motilal Oswal Equity Hybrid Fund is bit more aggressive, putting 65% into the shares. So while it can give higher returns when markets are good, it can also fall harder during crashes. Both funds had negative returns during COVID crash in the year 2020, but overall, the hybrid fund shows one important lesson: balancing risk is the key to surviving bad times and winning in good times. So, like how to start an SIP? If you want to start an SIP today, like you can approach a bank, or like you can open Grow, Zerodha, Coin, whatever it is, and they have this WhatsApp options also available. Or else, if you can go to the bank and you can ask the procedure. It's very simple. Also, you can if you want to particularly want to start investing in one particular fund, you can tell the broker these details. The broker will register your SIP in BSE Star Mutual Fund System. Your SIP will start on date you mention. Or else if you want to your SIP to open under WhatsApp, some mutual fund companies now offer SIP setup through WhatsApp. So you have to message to them and you have to follow the simple steps. It's very fast and paperless and it's very convenient. People who prefer quick and simple mobile-based investing can prefer SIP through WhatsApp. So, investor who wants to work with broker and full digital process, you can go for the second option that displaying on the screen. And Otherwise, in the physical form, if you want to do, like, there is an application form and there is an auto debit form. Choose how often you want to invest, like weekly or like every month or quarterly or yearly. You have to choose the thing, and the minimum investment is 500 per month, or week or fortnight on the, or like 5,500 for quarterly SIP or 6,000 for annual SIP. It depends on you. First installment is to be paid by the check, and second month onwards the money is auto debited from your bank. For online auto debit, you also need to give cancel check copy. And those who prefer traditional offline methods can go for this option. And this is a disclaimer. Ma'am, Saranya ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any queries from participants? Any queries? Yeah, yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's audible, sir.
ma'am, this is Kalishwaran from NKU College.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, and uh, an employer like me getting average salary of 30,000 or something.
Yeah.
If I want to buy a house, so how I have to invest, ma'am, in SIPs or mutual funds, ma'am?
I would say like monthly, how much you can save, sir?
Monthly, I can save 5,000 or 7,000.
That's a very good amount. If you see, like, if you just type Google SIP calculator, the calculators will come. So you just take the
Mm,
calculator and you put the amount. Like if you take like 5,000 rupees, you put that
mm,
and put the
mm,
annual returns for 12
mm.
percentage. So when are
Oh.
you going? When are you planning to buy a house?
Maybe after 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Do you have any other lump sum investments in your bank?
I have not.
You don't have, like, how you want to build the house, through loan or uh, how have you planned?
Through loan.
Through loan, I would suggest, like, don't put loan, better wait, like plan it after like 10 years.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
you just
ma'am.
monthly put savings for 5,000, 5,000. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
uh,
Okay,
so
ma'am.
fi- so that way your money will work for you. நீங்க
Okay,
வந்து
okay, ma'am.
கூகுள்ல if you put like SIP calculator, you can know how
Okay.
10 yearsல how much money you will get. So அதுக்கப்புறம் you
Oh,
can plan the balance amount, you can plan for the loan. So you can
okay,
wait.
okay,
So
ma'am.
don't buy for peer pressure or like parents pressure, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் you don't do, because the money,
Mm,
if you put in loan, if you go in a loan, you have to, the if the EMI, the major parts of your salary will go EMI every month. Again, it
yes,
will,
ma'am.
you won't, you won't manage.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to get caught by the large sum of EMIs, ma'am.
Yes,
That's what we
exactly.
worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Please wait and build your money, and then we can go for buying a house. That would be a very good option.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Any
Thank
other
you, ma'am.
question?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Any
you.
other
Thank you,
queries?
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Shall we end of the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your valuable inputs. Have truly enriched our understanding of smart investing and financial planning, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
once
you.
again.
Thank you.
I also thank all the participants. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Saranya.
okay, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Shall we leave the meeting, sir?